Yet whoever believes in something to which he has not attained believes in what he cannot see, and that is the key to happiness. Whenever we set up goals and ambitions in life, we do not get to see them before we attain them. We get a lot of pleasure in trying to achieve what we are capable of. Results may hardly bring any change within us. We just enjoy the journey regardless of the destination. As it is rightly said, the more things change, the more they remain the same. We must be at ease and at peace while we are struggling and thriving. Life is not a bed of roses for anyone, and we have to try hard. If you believe things happen for a reason and we have no control over them, then no difficulty and misery in the world will let us down. It all depends upon us whether we choose happiness over sorrow or hammer our head against an unbreakable wall. A unity of three separate relationships. 1. Our relationship with others, nature, and the universe. 2. Our relationship with God. 3. Our relationship with ourself. These relationships are not alien to one another. There are no boundaries between them. They move in the same direction. Humans are social animals by nature, as propagated by Aristotle. We are peaceful, loving, and cooperating by nature. We are bound by habit and by need. We cannot live in isolation. However, there are certain factors, according to Al Ghazali, which create misunderstanding between our relationship with others. We must treat our near and dear ones in an most respectable way in order to bring harmony and cohesion. Another thing is the relationship with God. We must adhere to the teachings of God and refrain from doing any harm to other beings. Last but not the least, how we treat ourselves. These three are not inalienable and move parallel. We must try to maintain balance between the trio in order to avoid any complications. For one who knows not God mighty and glorious, silence is imperative, and for one who knows God most high, silence is prescribed. We all bend down before God with great reverence. It is a matter of great respect and affection towards our Creator. As silence is half of the faith, and we must maintain it while going before God, even for those who do not believe in God, must maintain silence to respect the sentiments and emotions of the believers. As for the believers, they are advised not to make their voices louder while presenting themselves before the mighty and glorious God. Religion enacts devotions and ultimate reverence among its followers. God is the greatest and above all, and we should treat it with the same spice. Otherwise, we may not be punished for our blasphemy and disrespect. And how can someone be described as flawless or protector who is not freed from his lower self? We all are imperfects. Everyone is embedded with certain loopholes and deficiencies. We try to satisfy our egos and inner self through different means and methods. Though we all were born free, everywhere we are chained by the customs and traditions of the society in addition to our own hunger and greed. Nobody can be termed free unless he restrains himself from the worldly pleasures and gains. We become impassioned slaves while pursuing happiness and merriness. World is a place of never-ending wishes, and we must be cautious not to fall in the trap of materialistic things and objectives. Real freedom lies in having a heart free from worldly distractions. Once we achieve that standard, our life will be at peace and free from greed and lust. Worship in Islam is not only observance of the prescribed worship rites, prayer, almsgiving, fasting, pilgrimage, but living one's entire life in obedience to God, doing His will and seeking His pleasure, exactly in the way He has laid down. Al Ghazali, being the Muslim thinker and historian, gives his opinion about the rites and rituals of Islam. Some people misunderstand it as the religion consisting of certain obligations and duties. It includes fasting, offering prayers, and paying zakat, etc. In reality, it's a whole different phenomena. It instructs its followers to devote their lives for the pleasure of God, to follow those principles which Almighty has ordered, and refrain from following the paths of those who were cursed and destroyed as a result of their sins and wrongdoings. Islam has been misinterpreted across West in particular. They think it advocates for extreme actions and terrorism. Well, the answer is no religion advises its followers to harm other beings. And terrorism has got nothing to do with any religion. There are only a few black sheep who spoil the whole pond. We must be harmonious enough to accept and respect the religious beliefs of other people. The reason of the human spirit seeking to return to that upper world is that its origin is from thence, and that it is of angelic nature. Muslims believe they are here temporarily, and they have to depart for heaven after this worldly life. Based on our doings in this world, we will be rewarded or punished. They believe their soul originates from the heavenly world, and it has to return there after this life. Every religion gives certain beliefs and codes to lead this life. Muslims are of the belief that they have this life as a sacred trust, and they will be rewarded hereafter based on their dealings in this world. Some religions advise its religious followers to burn their bodies or cremate them, while Muslims bury their dead and believe their souls travel all the way to the upper world from where it originated first. Abraham Lincoln quite eloquently sums up the religious debate once and for all. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. If your religion teaches you to hate someone, then you need a new religion.